I mean, I've had two back-to-back surgeries. Coming off a loss, and I'm just like, you know what? My weight's going kind of high. I've accomplished my goals at 85. I had that belt wrapped around me 4 different times. I really wanted to get it back, and I'm not saying the door is completely shut on that idea. I'm not saying I can't get down to 85, but the weight cuts are tough, and I want to kind of see what my body is like without depleting itself. So I won't be the biggest 205 pounder. That's definitely for sure. But I don't think I'll be the smallest, and I think I bring things to the table that could, be an issue for a lot of those guys. So,
how much of the oh, sorry, go ahead. How much of the success of Thiago Santos and Anthony Smith's jump up has played a factor into your decision to go up?
I'm not gonna not much. I mean, just kind of the way my hand has been dealt to me, with my losses and the guys I've been fighting there, and I mean, maybe a little bit, but not. It's not because of that. It's nice to see guys from 85 come up and do really well. Definitely, gives you a little bit more confidence with the move, but it's not something that I was focused on. I always wanted to go up to 205.
Sure.
The goal, when everything was good, when I was undefeated and the champ of the world, the goal was to defend my belt a few times at 85, go up to 205, and beat Jon Jones. That was always the goal, and then things changed. You got to reevaluate your goals, and now I'm going up to 205.
Do you feel like the weight cuts have gotten progressively harder?
I got to be honest, my last weight cut seemed like everything was going perfect, and then but the last couple pounds were freaking brutal, man. It was getting pretty brutal. My weight was still at the same weight it always was leading up to a fight, like the fight week, and also I was rebounding back to where I always was after the rehydration. But I would say like the last pound or two, even when everything was working right, it was freaking tough. And I've worked with 205 pounders before, and I never really feel like a disadvantage. So why not? I feel good up there. I feel it might be where I feel best.
So would you try to gain some size and muscle, or do you feel like you're just going to stay the same size and just
Well, the way it worked with my back-to-back surgeries is that I did a lot of physical therapy, which is a lot of strengthening. So I've been lifting actually 4 times a week now for the past couple months, and so I definitely gained weight with that. Plus, once I was flirting with the move to 205, it kind of was like I could kind of eat a little bit more than I'm used to. So my weight's definitely gone up.
Luke Rockhold, is it you feel like more like an athlete?
I'll tell you, I'll tell you this. I was always around 215, 220 in the beginning of camps, and I'd feel good. I feel really good, like sparring. And then once the last 3 weeks, and I had to get down to 205 to 208 and stuff like that, I'm holding that. It was, I wasn't as good. And I always felt like I was going to get injured. I started getting worried about getting injured. And I think that's the big thing. I think being at 205, I think there could be a less chance of me getting injured with weight training, and my joints aren't getting dehydrated. I'm not holding back on the amount of nutrients I'm taking in. I'm just kind of taking in what my body needs. So I think the biggest thing, I want to see how my body feels like not having to deplete itself, and see if I'm not getting injured as much, because obviously that's been an issue. Yeah.
You said October is when you're looking to return if they come back to New York?
I think around not New York. Look at that. That was slick. Did you do it on purpose? No. I mean, honestly, New York hasn't been too good to me. Other than the Kelvin Gastelum fight, that was Nassau Coliseum. I can't lose there. At least I'm going to say that. But Madison Square Garden, it's almost like a curse. And so if I wait too long, I know the UFC is going to try to put me there. I don't want to go back there. I need a break from New York. Okay. I was trying to break the curse going into the last MSG fight with Jacare, and the curse struck again.
Are you that superstitious about it?
I'm not superstitious, but it's like, damn, maybe just switch it up a little bit. It's like both those fights, I was winning on the cards, and, and boom, lights out, game over in your home crowd. That's tough to take, so I'd rather move on to something else. If it's up to me, if I end up getting put at MSG, believe me, I will make sure. No, there's no superstition. I will try my best to win.
When you're looking at 205, obviously there's one guy, it's Jon Jon Jones.
Yeah.
How do you feel like you match up with Jon?
Honestly, I think I bring a lot of problems to the table with my wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and also I'm long, and I have power in my hands. Especially, I think at 205, that might be, a benefit for me. I think I'll even hit harder. So I think my wrestling and jiu-jitsu are, on paper, I think is better than his. The way he's able to mix it up so well on the feet and trick you with his stand-up, and then also look for takedowns, and the way he uses his elbows and his knees. I mean, we haven't seen a guy do it as well as him. So I give him 100% props. But if I'm able to drag it into what I'm great at, I think I bring a serious problem. And also my pace. My pace is something that, I think I really bring to the table. And I don't know if a lot of 205 pounders could hold up to that.
Who would you like to start off your title division against? Is there any names you want to
Honestly, I don't care. I don't know. I mean, one side of me is like, listen, I fought, I don't know the number, but it's like, I don't know, let's just say 10 or 11 top 5 guys in the world in a row. Like, I fought only the best guys. Whoever I thought was the best, that's who I'm fighting. Is it the smart thing to fight a guy who's really maybe not on that level? Probably, but I like to take risks. I think high risk, high reward, and the better the guy, the more people doubting me. I think that's what truly motivates me and excites me.
A lot's been made on this 155 to 170.
Was I done with my answer? I don't remember.
A lot's been made on the jump from 155 to 170, and a lot of people want 165. But that jump to 185 to 205 is pretty big too. Do you think there should be a 195 weight class?
Man, I don't know. In a perfect world, for me, I think a 200-pound weight class would be great for me. But 195 would actually, I think that'd be the perfect fit for me. But that's not the way it is, and I'm not ready to spend a lot of energy arguing about getting that done and figuring out the statistics and how many fighters are there and if it's needed or not. I think 205 is light as far as numbers and as far as amount of people in the UFC, right? And compared to other weight classes, so it's like, I don't know. I don't know if you can make an argument there.
What about Luke Rockhold? That fight was supposed to happen a couple times, and he's at 205 now. I know he has a fight booked, but is that a fight you think could happen with this new weight class?
I mean, absolutely, definitely a fight. That could happen. I've had a few losses, but the first one is always the one that you look back to. So that's one I would love a rematch in. I don't know if that's going to be my first fight at 205, but at some point I see us crossing paths again.
What does your good buddy John Vellante think about you coming into his division now?
Well, it doesn't matter what John Vellante thinks.
Maybe your first fight? Teach him a lesson.
No comment. If I wanted the easy one, maybe I'll go with somebody else. No, I'm not fighting Vellante. All right, good. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.